Here they come. I can see them. Woo! We have coming up Brian Sellers, Corey Lewis, Madison Snow, and Andrea Caldarelli, winners of GTD. Woo! My goodness. It is brilliant. Sit down there, Brian. You get it? Sit down, guys, and we'll grab mics here. That's beautiful. If you want to grab that, there's a Corey. Yeah, gem. You sit right there. And if you want on the edge next to Brian, Brian can sit on your knee. I tell you what, we saw you guys before the race. Oh, look.
And
Come
Paul
sit
Miller.
on the edge there. Sit on the edge right there, Paul. You've already drunk it. Oh, that is fantastic.
Have a seat right here.
He's been trying to give that thing away since we got it.
I really love it when people bring empty champagne.
He's been trying to give it away.
Party.
We're going to give it away right now.
We are going to give it away. You like it? I tell you what, we're going to give it right away. Where's
hey, we're going to draw for it.
We're going to draw for it. Okay. Well, first of all, I've got to say, Paul can come up here. Come on, sit. You can sit on the tire. Yeah, why don't you do it? You can sit on the tire.
Let's see how this goes.
That's how it goes.
He's good at breaking stuff.
You'll give it a flat spot, as they say. First of all, we saw you before the start of the race, and I got to say there was a confidence about you guys going in here. 5 Lamborghinis heading out to take the grid, and you won.
And we won.
Yeah.
It's never sounded sweeter than when you say it.
I know. Brian, in my eyes, you are a champion.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So winning that race, I mean, it was a heck of a race, wasn't it?
It's crazy. I mean, when you look at how the thing played out, all green for the most part, it like Andrea said multiple times, it just ends up being a sprint race without any cautions to pack you up. You're constantly pushing hard, and so throughout the night, you're just constantly going. Got a couple of yellows, which make it interesting, but I think it was better without the yellows because what you really saw was people attacking the entire time. And, Andrea can tell you better, but from outside watching in the final 3 stints, there wasn't much left on the table for at least anybody in GTD.
Well, what you have also is going into the race, the engineers and strategists have all these probabilities for how many yellows you're going to get. And so where you do your brake change, you want to do that under yellow. And so in this race in the past, when you get yellows, there used to be a strategy where you say, you know what, we'll take care of things. And as long as we stay on the lead lap, we'll make that up every time there's a yellow. At what point did you guys say, this might be this way the whole way through?
Well, I think we realized it pretty early on, actually, because we did our brake change with 14 hours remaining, which is pretty early, right? I mean, so
early after the window opened up.
Right.
If brakes will go 14 or 15 hours, you can either do it as late as 15 hours in or 24 minus 15,
exactly,
9 hours.
Exactly. So we went on the front side because we took a yellow. And that's actually one of the things that got us back in the lead again because I believe the WRT car had to do it under green because there wasn't another one. So you kind of roll the dice with that, right? I mean, and so the engineers were projecting that was going to be one of the only yellows in that time window because we had gone green so long.
Andrea, we're going to jump around a little bit. You're a Daytona winner. It's not a bad way to go, is it?
Watch.
And here's the watch. Can you get the watch out?
Hands off.
I've never had one like that.
Don't touch the
None of you have won a watch. First watches for everyone here.
How about that? I mean, get one of those watches out. Is there 3 boxes there?
My one is already in Italy.
It's already in Italy. Oh, that's
It's
fun.
his wife's birthday yesterday. She took it for a present.
Oh, my God. Look at that. Brett, you in there? Look at that.
Oh, two-tone.
Oh, my God.
Two-tone.
I call security. That is just gorgeous.
Now, Corey, I heard your PA interview. You were emotional about this.
I'll hold it, mate. It's all right.
Yeah, if you want.
It's as close as I get. Thank you.
I'm going to keep an eye on you, though.
It's like a baby. Hello.
Why does it mean so much, and how hard? I mean, it's mentally, physically exhausting. What you have to do to get to this point. This is a tough career. Why is that so emotional for you?
It's a special feeling. I mean, I started in go-karts when I was 7, and if I told my 7-year-old self then we've won the 12 Hours of Sebring once before. Now we could say we won the Rolex. It's massive. It means the world, and to have the opportunity to drive for Mr. Miller and Paul Miller Racing, to be with these guys here, it's special, and it's one of those things you'll never forget in your life. And you can't I couldn't help but be emotional. I don't know how often this would ever happen again. So when it happens for the first time, you take a step back. You look around. You realize all the people you did it with, and it's just truly a dream come true.
Well, you were a key part of this thing, and it was really getting the band back together, Madison. You won the championship with Paul Miller and Brian a year and a half ago, and got upgraded to gold. And so kind of got pushed out of the sport, as it were, because you have to have a silver and a gold here.
Yeah, I mean, pushed out of where I was, pushed out of my spot.
Yeah, and so sat the year out. What was that like, and what's it like to just pick up where you left off?
I mean, I'm glad to be back with Paul Miller Racing, but I have to say it was a sort of relaxed. It was a different feeling taking a year off. I had never taken a year off of racing since I started racing, and so it was a strange feeling for sure. But it's definitely I'm definitely back at home, and a wonderful feeling back with these guys.
Now, there was some talk that you were gonna. It wasn't clear to me you were gonna drive again, because there's a family business that you're working in. And did I misread that, or was it clear what was going to happen, or were you just going to bide your time and knew you would do something again?
I mean, there was definitely I wasn't going to take a year off and go back racing. I was going to take a year off and see what happened. And then, I got the opportunity to drive with, these 4 people again, and I couldn't turn that down.
And Paul and I begged and begged and begged and begged for months to get him to come back.
Yeah.
Wow. It wasn't as easy as he sounds. No.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk to Paul. Paul Miller, everybody, who is one of the true gentlemen of our paddock. Paul, I was sitting here thinking, Tom knows when I start to build something up in my mind. I was thinking each one of these guys could be your son. Added up, they could still be your son. What's it like being the mentor to them? Because your experience around here, as a team owner, you have
a driver
and a driver.
So how long have you been coming to Daytona? And
basically, what was it like to curate these guys to a victory?
I've been coming here since before you guys were probably born, candidly,
Close.
So it's pretty close. But, to Tommy's point, when we used to drive in the 70s and 80s, you would protect the car, you would take care of it, you'd drive it at 85 or 90% of its capability.
1,000 RPMs off, red line sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you'd take care of the clutch and the gearbox and all that. These guys, this was a sprint race. This was a sprint. These guys just drove the wheels off the car. I mean, it was just flat out the entire race. It was a blast to watch and be involved with. I mean, we figured the car was either going to blow sky high or it was going to be number one, So
This race is making Lamborghini's reputation. 3 in a row for Lamborghini. And
true.
I mean, which is a real credit to everyone involved in it, the team and the manufacturer. The races are different. We like them when they bunch them up and shoot it out a bunch of times. But I was really enjoying last night. It's a little more subtle, but you fight for 5 seconds and then it goes away, and now you're 15 back. Or talk about managing the emotions. Whoever wants to take this, with. How do you keep the long view?
I'm Italian. I have a lot of emotion.
You have a lot of.
That's why we all pointed at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Did you ever have to really check yourself? You get caught up in a race. Someone does something not cool, maybe a penalty or something. That's. How do you? Do you have a method, or do you take a breath, or do they talk you off the ledge? How do you deal with that?
My method, as Paul knows, is flat out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know how to do.
That's how you manage?
Yes, exactly.
So if you have a problem, you just flat out again until you make it up?
I mean, these cars are so reliable nowadays. So it's when it's down to a sprint race, we actually really drive as fast as we can. The things that you really have to manage actually are the tires. So if if you have to do like a triple stint, or if you have to do like 2 stints with the tires, as we did today, we changed only the rear tires, and we kept the front. That's a bit tricky to manage, but other than that, it's just flat out. So that's the only way to keep focus, to don't do mistakes.
Any memorable battles with people? Do you have, because you find yourself out there in the middle of the night, and you end up running for 1 or 2 or 3 stints with someone that maybe you know well or you've never raced with before. Did you have any great battles?
Yeah, the guy Marco that was in the fighting with us in P2, he actually was my teammate last year.
I saw him come over and give you a big hug after the race. Yes,
because we were lucky that we found each other, but at least we didn't get bored.
Okay.
Well, we're going to say a big round of applause to Antonio, Madison, Corey, and Brian for winning. Also, Andrea. You know what? Hey, listen.
Italian, it's fine.
Hey, listen. When I'm anything with an I on the end, I just roll with it. Also, a huge shout out. They say there's behind every man is a powerful woman. Well, behind every man and woman, we have Jamie over there who was giving Brian a huge hug on the
well, you know
before
her
the race.
as Jamie Howe or Jamie Sellers as part of the TV crew, one of our colleagues for a long, long time, but also the better half of Mr. Brian Sellers.
Much better.
Much better. Well, guys, listen. We're going to if you could go over and hand this to that chap over there on your way out because I think he wants the bottle.
Which one?
There he is.
There's
The guy
okay.
who's doing his throwback rocker look.
I like
That's
it.
him.
Perfect.
All right, guys. Congratulations. That
Thanks
was brilliant.
for having us, guys.
Fantastic. And Paul, thank you for being a part of it. You're the best. Because you can leave the watch. That's fine.
Yeah. We'll get those to you afterwards if you don't want to carry it. Yeah.